Greetings, everybody. How are you? I hope you are well and happy and always mindful and always practicing the Dhamma. If you have any question, please send them in one at a time. If this is your first time, please let me know where you come from. I'll be here for about 1 hour, so I shall start reading your comment. Some of your earlier comment might not appear on my screen, so I just read the ones that I can see on my screen. The first one is Tony Yip, Sadhu. David Sila Nanda, Sadhu, Sadhu. Annie Lam, Sadhu. Walaiporn, Sadhu. Pat Choi Chong, Sadhu, Sadhu Ajahn. Patsy Chung, Sadhu. Kenneth Hunt, good morning, Tan Ajahn. You are clear, thank you. How are you? I hope you are well. Today is Sunday, so probably have no teaching today. Yo SC, Sadhu, Sadhu, Tan Ajahn. You're welcome. Tony Yip, dear Ajahn, good afternoon. I am from Malaysia. Thank you. Kim Boon Chu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Really good afternoon, Tan Ajahn. I would like to ask if we sterilize, making them infertile our pets, are we doing a bad karma? No. You're not breaking the 5 precepts, so it's not bad karma. Metta Lo, Sadhu, Sadhu Ajahn. Greetings from Malaysia. Thank you. Michael Chong, Sadhu, Sadhu. May I ask what is objective of staying mindful? Thank you. Is to take control of your thoughts and your emotion. If you are mindful, you can stop your thoughts and your emotion anytime you like. When you're angry, you can stop your anger. When you are greedy, you can stop your greed. So this is the objective or the purpose of being mindful. And also make your mind become empty, peaceful and calm and happy when you meditate. Question from Ravi Lewani, Mumbai, India. I have been practicing for more than 10 years, but I don't experience calm and happiness state of citta, which I read in the Forest Dhamma books. Please guide me. It means you're not practicing hard enough. You're lacking mindfulness. You need to develop a lot of mindfulness, not just during your sitting. You have to develop them all the time. From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, be mindful with the mantra Buddha, or mindful of your body activity. Keep focusing on what you do at the moment. Don't let your mind go elsewhere. Like if you're eating, just focus on eating. Don't go think about other things. You have to be with your body all the time. Then when you meditate, your mind can become calm real easily. So you need to develop a lot of mindfulness, all time mindfulness, all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Don't be unmindful. Keep watching your body or reciting the mantra to prevent your mind from thinking about the past or the future or about any other thing other than what you are doing at the moment. And when you meditate, your mind will not run around. It will focus on your breath or on your mantra. Then your mind can become calm real quickly and easily. Kenneth Tan Ki Bok, greetings and Sukhi Ho to Ajahn. May you be well and happy. Thank you. Ama Ayu Gui, good day Ajahn. Can you please explain what Akaliko, one of the qualities of the Dhamma, means? Thanks again Ajahn. Ama from Australia. Akaliko means timeless, not dependent on time. Always the same, remain always, ever present is Akaliko. Like the teaching of the Buddha is always relevant, regardless of the time, whether it was during the time of the Buddha or during our time. The Dhamma teaching of the Buddha can still bring us to Nibbana. It never expires, the teaching of the Dhamma. Not like things like medicines or food, which have days of expiration. But with the Dhamma teaching, there is no day of expiration. It's always effective. It's always capable of teaching us to get rid of all our defilements and suffering. So this is what Akaliko means. Timeless. Doesn't expire with time. Lasting forever. Adi Aha Satu Satu. Chitson Om Super. Chitso Om Satu Satu. Kenneth Han, thank you Tanajan. Sunday is a day of practice and peacefulness. Yes, nothing is better than peace of mind. The happiness from peace of mind excels all type of happiness. Tony, dear Ajahn, is it the karma will not end unless we attain nirvana? Sadhu. Karma means action of mind, speech, and body. So as long as you are born, you will keep performing karma all the time. But when you're not born, when you are in Nibbana, then there is no karma anymore. SCKL. I have a question, hope it's okay to ask. Why monk does not work for a living? Our work is different from your work. Our work is to study the teaching of the Buddha, then apply the teaching of the Buddha in his practice and attain to the various levels of Dhamma. Once he has finished his practice and his attainment, then he has to teach other people. So a monk first becomes a student, and when he graduated, he becomes a teacher. Like I am doing right now. This is my living. I'm teaching you the Dhamma, the teaching of the Buddha. So we are working, but not in the sense like you. You work as a clerk, you work as a doctor, you work as a physician. Monk work as a spiritual teacher. Chi Su Ong. Bless you, Bante, for preaching the Dhamma. You are very kind human beings. Thank you. Felicia Chen. Good afternoon, Prajan. Anumodana Satu. Thank you. Tony Yip, dear Ajahn, is it Arahant will not lose their mindfulness all the time? Thank you. Yes, Arahant have mindfulness all the time, except when he goes to sleep. Joe Wu, nice to see you, Ajahn, again. Nice to hear from you too. Free Kruat. Greetings, Ajahn. My name is Free Kruat from New Zealand. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, send it in right now. Vicky LKF. Thank you for your teaching, Ajahn Suchart. Been trying to cultivate according to your teaching, which have benefited me immensely. May you be healthy and stay on earth longer to spread Dhamma. I am from Singapore. Thank you for your well wishes. Kwan Liman, dear Ajahn, with respect, may I know what is formless existence? Thank you. Formless existence, according to the scripture, is the arupa, the world of the arupa jhana. If you can attain to arupa jhana, when the body dies, the mind will exist in a formless existence in the arupa world. Arupa, which means formless. Rupa, which means form. See, when you practice samadhi or meditation, you first enter into the rupa jhana. The first to the fourth jhana is called the rupa jhana, and the sixth to the eighth is called the arupa jhana. So this is what the existence will be for you if you can attain to the various level of jhana. If you get to the first four jhana, you will be in the form existence without the body. If you can enter into the arupa jhanas, then you will be in the formless existence when you die, when your body dies. SCKL, why monks only depend on donation? Why don't they work for a living? Hope it's okay to ask this question. Yes, because monk has to spend a lot of time studying and practicing the teaching of the Buddha and need to live in the quiet environment like in the forest. So it's not beneficial for monks to work in the city with other people. So monks just depend on the donation of the four requisites of living from others, such as food, clothing, medicine, and dwelling. But monks do work, but it's a different kind of work from lay people. Monk's work is the study of the teaching of the Buddha, then practice the teaching of the Buddha until he becomes enlightened. Then after that, he works as a teacher, a spiritual teacher. Another reason why monks depend on donation is because this will allow people to have the opportunity to make donation, to make charity, to do charity work. Aranut Nui, good morning, Prajan. Good morning to you. Ya Chanicha Satu. Diuhan, hello, Hanajan from Loy. I am good, thank you very much. How's the signal there? Can you get signal in the monastery? The internet signal, I mean. I hope you find peace and advance in your practice of wisdom. Try to see everything as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Try to see everything as bubbles. Nothing have any substance. Everything eventually will burst like the bubbles. So no need to be attached to anything. Letting go of everything, and you'll find eternal peace. Eli Hassan, good afternoon, Ajahn, and all Galaya Namita. Let's listen to the teaching. Sadhu, sadhu, sound clear. Thank you. Khema Jenny, กราบนมัสการหลวงพ่อ SKL, reasonable answer. Thank you. Thank you for your answer. You're welcome. The BT Namaskaran Ajahn from Medan, Indonesia. Wan Liman, dear Ajahn, with those who are in the formless existence, take a long time to be reborn in human realm again. It depends on the strength of their mindfulness that put them in that formless existence. So if you have real strong mindfulness, you'll remain in that formless existence for a long time. Appa Mani, Namaskaran Ajahn. I try to practice Dana, 5 precepts, meditate, listen to Dhamma, and try to keep mindful as much as possible for routine life. Is it enough for getting Sotapanna? It depends on how much you practice. If you practice all day long and not doing any other work, there is a good possibility that you can attain to Sotapanna. But you have to practice all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Bilim Sadhu Sadhu Ajahn. Thank you for your teaching. You're welcome. Paul, dear Ajahn, when a person dies, what is the factor that the mind or the knower does not want to stay within the physical body anymore? Because the body does not serve its command anymore. The body is like an automobile. Once the automobile doesn't work anymore, then the driver will have to get out of the automobile and go look for a new automobile. Because the automobile or the body cannot serve the command or the wishes of the driver anymore. So the mind is the same way. When the body dies, then the body cannot do what the mind asks the body to do, such as communicating with other people. So the mind has to go look for a new body. That's when you have rebirth. Lim Ho, Sadhu, Sadhu. Helen Lim. Dear Ajahn, can explain what is the difference between devas and deities? I think they are the same. Deity is an English word for devas. Deva is, I think, is a Pali word for deities. So they are the same thing. They are spiritual beings, happy spiritual beings, or angels, or gods, mini gods, not the big God in Christianity. Sunny Lim, good day Ajahn. Thanks so much for teaching us the Dhamma. Do hope Ajahn is in good health and be safe. Sadhu, sadhu. Am I skipping some of the... Okay, I think I skipped Dewey Han. The internet here is not good, Ajahn. We have phones but rarely works. I didn't think I can connect to you now. Thank you very much for your compassionate teaching. You just take things as they come. If you can connect, fine. If you cannot, then no worry. You can always connect with mindfulness. It's better to be connected with your mindfulness, to keep your mind calm, peaceful, and happy. Joanne Lim Chui Ian. Good afternoon, Ajahn. I have been listening to Ajahn wonderful Dhamma talk and started to practice mindfulness, but feel so difficult to be mindful. It is normal when you first starting practice of mindfulness. It's like learning using your different hand, your other hand. You're normally used to use your right or left hand, and you don't use the other hand as often. But if something happened to your hand that you normally use, then you will have to learn to use the other hand. So when you're learning using the new hand, you will find it difficult because you haven't been using it before. So it's the same way with being mindful and not being mindful. You are used to being not mindful. So when you have to learn to be mindful, you'll find it difficult. But it's not impossible. Just keep doing it. Be patient, and you will become more mindful as the day passes by. And eventually you'll find it's easier to be mindful than not to be mindful. So you have to be patient and keep training yourself with mindfulness. Always try to recite the mantra rather than think aimlessly. When you think about other things that you don't need to think about, it's better to recite the mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. Evian 10. Namo Buddhaya Ajahn. Can Ajahn explain about Kaya Sati? This is mindfulness of the body. Being mindful means watching what your body is doing at all times. From the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. If your body is brushing the teeth, stay watching, you keep brushing the teeth with the body. If the body is eating, you eat with the body. You stay with the body activity at all times. This is called Kaya Kata Sati. Do it hard. I'll try my best. It's amazing how less effort it requires here. Yes, because you don't have any distraction. The condition is conducive to the Dhamma practice. That's why practice monastery usually located in a remote area where there are no distractions. Chu Chin, good afternoon, and my respect to Ajahn. I am from Malaysia. Thank you. Su Lan Uy, dear Ajahn, thank you for spending time with us again. A bodhisattva is willing to give up their life, lose an arm, a leg, etc., as sacrifices out of compassion. It is very noble. But how did they triumph the physical pain and fear of physical pain? How do one build the condition such noble quality of sacrifice, generosity, sadhu? You have to start from the easier thing first, like your external possession, like your clothing, your shoes, things that you don't use. You first have to learn to give these things up first. And then when you do this, you'll find you feel good from doing it. So you give something much more closer to you. And the more you give something that is precious to you, you'll find that you have a lot of happiness. So this happiness will allow you to be able to eventually give up your life for others, because you will be happy when you do that. Okay. But you don't need to be a bodhisattva. You can be a noble disciple now by just giving up your external possession and go live in a monastery and practice sila, samadhi, and panya. Then you can become enlightened without having to give up your life. You might have to give up your fear of living, your fear of death, because when you practice, you have to stay in a remote place. But you find that in exchange for what you give away your life, you get peace and happiness. Kenneth Hunt, dear Tanajan, I am deeply moved to see you have inspired your student to head into the forest to practice, just as Kyuyan, Soling, and her daughter. I think they know what they need to do. I'm just pointing the way for them, that's all. But that's where you will benefit most from your practice, is to live in a remote place, far away from the worldly distraction. I think everybody will have to do that one day, sooner or later, if they're really serious about Nibbana, about being free from suffering forever. It's a small sacrifice, really, for a very rewarding reward. So it's not a bad sacrifice to do. You get something that is far more precious than what you give up. Michael Saw, Sadhu, Sadhu. EV10, Namo Buddhaya Ajahn. My auntie has senile now. She don't know anything. One day she eat 5 times, and if we ask her, have eaten, she always answer not yet. How the condition of Chitta senile people? Does the Chitta still know? Is there any solution to help senile people? To become normal again? They know, the Chitta know, but the Chitta cannot remember what happened. Maybe just even 1 minute ago. But does the Chitta know? Usually know what they want, like eating or doing something. How do you solve this problem? You need mindfulness. That's all. If you can teach her mindfulness, then she can slowly regain her memory, and she will be able to know what she is doing or what she did before. So mindfulness is the essential tool in maintaining a healthy mind, free from ever getting Alzheimer or senility. Question from Vijay Kohli, India. I am 30 years old, a divorcee. It is difficult to overcome sexual desire, as I don't have physical activity with women, but just self-pleasure. As I practice only 2 to 3 hours a day, I am afraid if this defilement continues, I might be indulged in it. I have completed 10-day Goenka practice, and I still face difficulty in daily life, whether it's work life or in society. I see this as the dukkha that I have to get rid of it. What should I do? In order to get rid of your sexual desire, You have to constantly be contemplating on asubha, on the discarding nature of the body. Don't contemplate or don't think of the beautiful parts of the body. Keep looking at the unattractive part of the body, such as the part under the skin. Under the skin, there are so many things that is not really good looking or attractive, such as the skeleton, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the liver, the stomach, the intestines, and the content of the intestines, for instance. This is something you should keep looking at all times. One way to do it is to look in the anatomy book. Look at the pictures, drawings, or photographs of the inner parts of the body. And then keep trying to memorize those pictures in your mind all the time. So that when you think about these pictures, your sexual desire will be diminished or disappear temporarily. As soon as you see the skeleton, for instance, instead of seeing a beautiful body, you see the skeleton of that beautiful body. See the skull of that beautiful face. Under the beautiful face, there is the skull. If you can see this, then you can get rid of your sexual desire. So this is what you need to do if you want to find peace and not have any dukkha. Then you can live alone happily. Okay, we are about 32 minutes into the meeting now. I think everybody is taking a break. So let me take a little brief break, drinking some water. If you submitted your question and it seems like as if I have skipped your question, what it actually means is that sometimes your question doesn't appear on my screen. So it seems like I have skipped your question, but I haven't seen your question. So if you think that I haven't read your question, you should resubmit your question again. Because the comment that comes in will keep pushing up and then out of the screen. They don't stay here forever. Question from Kema Jenny. Long Paul, I have a few times experienced the joy of tears, rejoicing the presence of devas in the events of official opening of monastery and during the wake of Mahathera in Thailand and Myanmar. Well, just know it for what it is, and know it that it is impermanent. It comes and goes. It is anatta. It is something you cannot force it to happen or force it to go away. All you can do is just to be merely observant of it. Just be merely knowing that these things happen in your mind. And let go, don't be attached to them. Ananda T, Sadhu Sadhu. Jean VC, how to know if someone is enlightened. It's difficult, It's like how to know when somebody is full or hungry if that person doesn't show any sign. So this is something more personal. It's something for each individual to know it for himself. That's why we call Sanditiko. It's a personal experience. It's not for other people to know. The only other way that other people might think or might know is when they listen to their teaching. And the teaching of an enlightened person is much more clear and precise than the teaching of an unenlightened person. But it's not important whether you know this person or is enlightened or not, because it doesn't make you enlightened by knowing that. It's better to know whether yourself is enlightened or not by keep practicing the Dhamma. Then one day you'll find that you have become enlightened. So the secret is to keep on practicing, keep listening to Dhamma talks, studying the teaching, and then apply the teaching in your practice. Then one day you will become enlightened. Kema Jenny, the air was filled with awesome purity. Yes, but everything is impermanent, and don't be attached to them. Know that they come and they go. That's all. And come back to the present, be mindful, and keep your mind calm and empty. EV10, Namo Buddhaya. Sometimes when I had to Anapanasati, I do imagine of my skull until the mind back to the body, so it's more easy to make me to back to the breath again. By I doing this, does it mean my mindfulness is still weak? Yes, if you cannot stay with your breath, it means your mindfulness is still weak. So you have to find some way to bring your mind back to your breath. Whichever method can do that, it's okay, as long as you can come back to your breath. Praku Patimokkha. Good afternoon, Master. My dad liked watching boxing, and my mom liked watching Thai movies rather than listening to the Dhamma. So is there any way to make them love Dhamma the most? I guess this is something they have to do it themselves. There's nothing we can do to force them to like something that they don't like. All you can do is just putting Dhamma books around the house for them. And one day when they got nothing else to do, they might look at the Dhamma books and then might be inspired or find interest in the Dhamma. Other than that, there's nothing you can do for them. Eli Hassan, thank you Ajahn, and my respect to the Buddha teaching that Ajahn shared this afternoon. To all Kalyana see you all again next online Dhamma sharing. Meantime, please stay safe and keep practicing the Dhamma. Sadhu, sadhu. Swapnu Cobra Gate. I have fear of death. My mind always thinks about negative thoughts. How I overcome this? By reciting the mantra. Whenever you feel a fear of death, just keep reciting the mantra Bhutto Bhutto. Then the fear of death will disappear. Whenever you have negative thought, just recite the mantra Bhutto Bhutto to erase them, to get rid of them temporarily. So this is what you can do. Kema Jenny Satu Longpo. Anatta Buddhita. Greetings from Thailand, Ajahn. Greetings to you. Gleb all which, hello Ajahn, I think the scripture say that a moment of mindfulness is more meritorious than giving dana to arahant or loving kindness, jhana. Why is that so? Because it brings most benefit to your mind. It brings you much closer to Nibbana. So this is what you want, is to have a moment of real mindfulness. That's when your mind becomes empty, peaceful, and happy temporarily. Actually, it means Kanika Samadhi. The mind becomes fully concentrated, stop thinking, being peaceful and happy, even briefly. This is the closest thing you can get to Nibbana. And then it will inspire you to go after Nibbana after that. Because you'll find that nothing is in this world can give you this type of feeling of peace and happiness. Su Lan Ui, dear Ajahn, thank you for sharing. When we go about our daily life, it is hard to retain the awareness that we are still in samsara. We get caught up easily by the day-to-day life, work, life problem, etc. Sucked into the magnification of life problems and lose the perspective that the difficulty now is just one of many million difficulties encountered for countless lifetimes. How do I keep the awareness? You should seek seclusion from time to time, trying to find a quiet place to stay for a while. Try to remove yourself from the worldly experience and try to live alone for a while. Then you will be able to see things clearly, better. So this is what you need to do from time to time. Instead of going on a holiday on your vacation, you go to a remote place like a monastery and stay alone, be alone for a while to experience the world without people and things and problems. Bibi te bina satu satu tanajan. Shui Koyang NG Satu Satu. พระครูปฏิโมกข์โควิด Thank you. You're welcome. Adeline Chin, thank you for your guidance and teaching. We feel very blessed to learn from you. You're welcome. Helen Lim, dear Ajahn, how can we practice to understand anicca, dukkha and anatta on a reality point of view? Sadhu. Well, everything that you are experiencing right now is anicca. See, like this meeting, sooner or later it will come to an end. Then you move on to a new experience. Your life, your daily life keep changing from the moment you get up to the time you go to sleep. See, all the events that come and go can be considered to be anicca, impermanent or changing. They come and go, they rise and cease. You can consider them to be anatta, which is a natural phenomena that you cannot take control of. Things happen and then they happen. After they happen, they disappear, then replaced by something else. Then they disappear, then something else will keep replacing them. This is anicca, anatta. If you cling to any one of them, then you can have dukkha because they are already gone. Like this meeting, after a few more minutes, it will be gone. And if you want this meeting to last, you will have dukkha. Chin Li Ching, hi Ajahn. Do I do samatha practice then go to body contemplation? Or can I go straight to body contemplation after walking meditation? Thanks. The goal is to get jhana first. If you don't have any jhana, then your body contemplation will be useless. You will not be able to let go of your attachment to your body. So if you have the fourth jhana, then when you do body contemplation, you can let go of your attachment to your body. So if you go straight to body contemplation, you will not be able to let go of your attachment to your body yet. You need to have the fourth jhana, which will allow your mind to let go of your attachment to your body. ใต้บ้านฉางศีลสมาธิปัญญาสาธุ Lee Kim Lim Dear Ajahn, thanks for the guidance. Sadhu, sadhu. Kim Ed Shore, Prajan, Suchart, and all in the Dhamma family. Sadhu, sadhu. Wei Ching Chua. 1. How to deal with tiredness and pain of our backs during meditation? By ignoring them, by concentrating on your mantra or your breath. Then the pain of your back will not bother you. 2. How to overcome drowsiness during meditation? By getting up and do walking meditation instead. And if you're still drowsy, then you should put some water on your face. Do walking backward meditation. And the next time you should eat less. Try to eat less. Then you'll find that drowsiness will not be a problem. The more you eat, then the more drowsy you become. So try to eat as little as possible, or sometimes do some fasting if you are serious about doing meditation. It will help you get rid of your drowsiness. And another method that will help you get rid of your drowsiness is to go meditate in the cemetery at night. When you are alone in the cemetery at night, I guarantee you will not feel drowsy at all, because you will always be alert. EV10. Ajahn, when I focus the breath, my mind still have thing. I can get rid the thing activity. You don't care about getting rid of it. Just keep focusing on your mind, and eventually, when you're fully absorbed in your breath, you'll forget to think. So don't worry about getting rid of your thinking. Just keep focusing on your breath. How long should I do this until I have the strong mindful in breath? For 1 to 2 hours, still can. For 3 hours, it's not the time. It's the strength of your mindfulness. So you have to try to be mindful. Then when you sit, you don't need to sit for many hours to get your mind to become calm and peaceful and happy. Grave or which, dear Ajahn, sometime after the mind becomes more or else calm, I can observe just things passing by and nothing belonging to anything. Is this considered merit through mindfulness? Thank you. Yes, this is ubekha, when your mind just be merely observing and not reacting to anything that you see. And you start to see anicca and anatta. Things just come and go. They don't belong to anybody or anything. They are all natural phenomena. This is what you want to position your mind at all times, just to be merely observing, knowing, and not reacting to anything, because you see that everything just come and go, and you can never take possession of them forever. Sooner or later, what you take possession of will slip away. And if you are attached to them, you will get dukkha. Swante Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, we have about 10 more minutes left in our meeting today. You still can send in your question. Wei Ching Chua noted your lecture on Upachara Samadhi. Is it based on your personal experience of the sutta? It doesn't matter as long as the answer is the right answer for you. I don't want to go into my personal thing. So please don't ask this personal question, okay? If you can use my answer, you find my answer useful, that's good enough. If you find it not useful, just throw it away. It doesn't bother me. But I don't want to put myself in the position of having to verify my position. You take it as it comes. Mimi te bina, sadhu sadhu Ajahn. Is there a difference between watching our breathing and knowing our breathing? Same thing. You're watching, you're knowing, but don't think about anything else. Just keep watching, keep knowing your breath. Okay, I think somebody from India with Indian character, which I cannot read. Thank you for your emoji. Okay. Choi Lai Queen, Sadhu Sadhu, Te Seng Hien. Dear Ajahn, is the law of karma applicable to only Buddhists, or is it applicable to everyone regardless of religion? It's applicable to everyone regardless of religion. It applies to every mind. Every mind. The law of karma applies to the mind, which use the body and speech as its outlet. The mind thinks and then it tells the body to do or to say something. These are all karma. And the result of the karma will come back to the mind, producing good feeling or bad feeling or neutral feeling, depending on the type of karma that the mind performs. Sulan Ui, thank you, Ajahn. Well, we have about 5 more minutes left. You can still send in your question if you have any question. Chuk Boy Lo, Sadhu Sadhu. Dui Han, Tanajan, to me monasteries with good teachers are machines made with the Buddha's technology. You just need to make yourself input, will get the desired output. They are not just what's with salas. That's right. The good monastery are like a factory producing nibbana. Putting an ordinary mind into this this factory, and then it will turn it back into a Nibbana mind. Yes, so try to follow the teaching of the Buddha, and then you'll get what you want, freedom from suffering forever. สาธุชายนมัสการทูอาจารย์สาธุสาธุ Duyan, one doesn't have to be a great meditator to start with. No, you don't have to be one at all. As long as you are sincere and willing to learn and willing to do the practice. You have to be willing to change your lifestyle, because this is a transformation of your lifestyle from being socially outgoing to becoming unsocial, incoming, introvert, to be alone and to find peace within yourself. Te Seng Hin, Ajahn, thank you for the answer and teaching. Do take care, stay safe and stay healthy. Sadhu, sadhu. You're welcome. Enilam, sadhu, sadhu. Eli Hassan, Ajahn, if we were dreaming, we are meditating. This is just a dream. Yes, it's just a dream, it's not real. AJ Lu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Evi, Ajahn, how to get rid the thought of unpleasant people that often appear during meditation. Just keep focusing on your breath or on your meditation object. Then these thoughts will eventually disappear. Don't try to do anything to them. The more you try them, the more they will stay with you. Just ignore them. Just keep focusing on your breath or whatever meditation object you're using at the time. If they appear, it's because they are anatta. They are something that you cannot force them to go away. So just leave them alone. Like when you meditate and it starts raining. Just think of them like rain when you meditate. You cannot stop the rain, so let it rain. You just keep on focusing on your meditation object. Eventually the rain will stop. Sin Yong Lin, Sadhu, Sadhu. Okay, I have about 1 more minute left. So I think it's about time for me to say goodbye to you for today. Thank you very much for your attendance, for joining this meeting. I hope it is of some benefit to you. If my answer to your question is not satisfactory enough, I am sorry. I can only do so much. So don't expect me to be able to satisfy all of your questions. I'll try my best. I have my limitation, but I love answering your question, love to hear from you, and if my answer help you somewhat to advance you in your practice, I am happy. So thank you for joining this meeting, and if nothing changes, I will see you again next time, this same time, next time, or around this time, next week. Thank you very much, and goodbye.